Hey guys, this is Justin. Today is Tuesday, March 22nd, 2022. There's a ton going on in the sports world. We know that. But for this show, we're going to lighten it up a little bit and we are going to do the sports bucket list draft. We're going to get to the Browns, the Deshaun Watson stuff. We'll get to March Madness, all that other good stuff. But, we thought it was a good day to do maybe a light-hearted, more of a fun type show. So hope you enjoy this and we will talk to you soon. All right, guys, we are going to do a bucket list draft. I thought this would be fun because recently, this is a busy time of the sports calendar. We recently had Coach K, in his final home game. That was kind of a cool event. You have March Madness coming up. You have the Masters coming up. You have baseball opening day. So a lot of really cool times on the sports calendar. So Greg Kirchner, Brett Franklin are joining me. We are going to go snake draft style. Brett is going to have the first pick. Greg will have second, and then it'll go 3-4 back to me, and so on and so on. So let me just preface this by saying this is, you can take somebody with you. You get 2 tickets, and you can choose any sporting event. It can be as generic as you want, or it can be as specific as you want to your sporting bucket list, if that makes sense. So you guys good with that?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So we are going to go 18 picks deep. We're each going to make 6 picks here. So Mr. Franklin, we will start with you.
I feel like I'm going with the obvious one for all 3 of us. I'm going with a Game 7 World Series win for the Cleveland Indians. Couldn't care the year. Couldn't care at all. Just make it happen.
By the way, that is now impossible to happen because it would be a Cleveland Guardians win. But hey, turn your volume up and turn your volume up just a little bit. So Game 7 World Series featuring the Cleveland baseball team and getting the W. Okay, very good. All right, Greg, to you.
Yeah, so I'm going to go with, I guess, well, we did a podcast talking about this at one point. My personal favorite sporting event is the Masters. So I would say to be specific, a final round, a Sunday at Augusta National. I think as far as almost doesn't even matter who's in contention. That to me tops the list.
That's very, very good. Now, let me ask you this, because you know this better than me. If you're in attendance on Sunday, do you get to be there for any of the post, like the celebrations, the jacket ceremony? Do you get to be there for that?
Yep. Yeah, I think when you're in,
okay.
Yep.
All right. Very good.
So get to see it all.
Okay. All right. Since you picked the Masters, that was going to be in my top 3. I'm going to go a little bit off the board with a non-traditional sport, but I'm going to go with the Kentucky Derby. And I'm going to preface it this way. I want to be like, if I'm doing the Kentucky Derby, I want to be up in one of the suites. I want to be drinking whatever bourbon or whatever drink I want. I'm going to be wearing like a very bright colored suit. And I'm going to have so much fun that I'm probably not going to remember most of it, but it's going to be a time to remember that I may forget. So the Kentucky Derby, I'm going to go with, and I want it to be freaking pristine weather too. So if this is my bucket list, I'm requesting perfect weather on that too. So Kentucky Derby is my first pick, which means I'm going to my second pick now, which probably would have been the Masters, but I am going to go with the Rose Bowl. And, now that the Rose Bowl is, from this year, like it was kind of like you hate to say a consolation game, but it wasn't the national championship, wasn't the playoffs, but it was still awesome. Like the setting, the scene. So whether it was a playoff game in the Rose Bowl, whether it was just the traditional Rose Bowl bowl game, I would love to be there. Southern California, January 1st, traditionally like a Big Ten, Pac-10 squad. Just out there would be perfect. So I'm going Rose Bowl with my bucket list pick here for my second choice. So that means, Greg, we're going back to you.
Okay, I think I'm going to stick with college, but I'm going to jump over to basketball. And I think I'm going to go with a North Carolina Duke game at Cameron Indoor Stadium. Not a Duke fan by any means, but we saw it a couple of weeks ago in Coach K's last game, and I think that was the most expensive ticket of the entire sporting year, including the Super Bowl. And just to be able to go to a game in that venue, period, would be, a bucket list in and of itself. But to be able to go to a Carolina Duke game at Cameron, I think from a college basketball standpoint is probably about the pinnacle.
No doubt.
Other than maybe a March Madness that we maybe get picked later. But yeah, that's always something that looks like it would just be incredible. And I've never heard anything bad about that experience from anybody who's done it.
No doubt.
I don't know if I would pay $5,300 or whatever the lowest ticket price was for the last game there. But if I can get in a little cheaper than that, I think I'd go for that.
Okay. All right. Very good. All right, Brett, you got 2 picks coming up. Oh boy, Brett, we lost your volume. All right. While Brett's working this out, let's see if we can work this out. All right. Well, I'll tell you.
Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, while he's gone, let me ask this. What event have you been to that you considered maybe like already on your bucket list? Have you already done something that maybe you would check off?
I mean, the irony of the first pick that I made, I actually have been to Augusta, but it was for a practice round. It was like a Tuesday practice round, but that in and of itself was, one of the more incredible things that I've done, because I got to walk the course. So that was truly awesome.
Okay.
But that's the one that jumps out to me.
Okay. All right.
Can you hear me now?
We got you now. Okay. We got you now.
Okay.
Hey,
now,
Brett, before you make your next 2 picks, I'm going to ask you the same question I just asked Greg. Have you been to anything that you would consider already maybe on your bucket list?
But no, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, there's definitely, there's things I'd like to do, and there's been a lot of things that have been pretty cool to go to. I'd say probably one of the things. We allowed to name drop a little bit here.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, yeah, I went to the President's Cup down in at Muirfield, and that was pretty awesome. That getting to watch Tiger, Phil, all those guys was a lot of fun. Spend the day with my dad, just me and my dad. It was fantastic.
Very nice. Well, yeah, for this hypothetical bucket list sporting event, you get 1 extra ticket. So might as well bring them along for that too. All right, Brett, you got 2 picks coming up.
All right. So yeah, when I got interrupted, I definitely going a little Homer-ish here, because I think it would be amazing to see. This one would be in person, to see Ohio State football win a championship. We've had the opportunity to watch it live on TV, and that's been wonderful. Watch it in person, I think, is a whole different level of experience. We can on and go through all those events and stuff. I think that would just be fantastic. The other one is, and we all know, I'm wearing my Bills hoodie too, so we're gonna go Super Bowl win for the Bills.
Okay.
Couldn't hear the year. I'm really hoping it's coming year, but I'll take a win.
Okay. All right. Very good. I don't know where it's at this year, but the Bills, last I checked, were the betting favorites plus 700. So yeah, you got a good a shot at anybody else. So Super Bowl champion. So I guess if we're generalizing this, you could say your favorite college team national championship and your favorite NFL team Super Bowl. Like is maybe the way we could word this, but I like it. All right, very good. So Greg, we are back to you for pick number 8.
Okay. So, gosh, there's so many ways to go here, but I think I will go with an event that happens once every 4 years. So it's exclusive already. And to be specific, I would say the Summer Olympics. I think that would be a little bit better weather. I feel like maybe it's usually in a more of a metropolitan type, city area as opposed to spread out. So to be able to go to an Olympics, that to me, I don't know if there's like one event I would necessarily say. I think it's just the whole experience of being there.
Yeah.
So it'd be like going for a week and it almost doesn't matter the city. It'd be cool if it was in the United States, but like, I know it's coming up here in LA and I don't know, in 24 or 28 or something like that. Just, I think
28.
An unbelievable experience to just go watch the Olympics event hop. I mean, that's one that I don't think a lot of people can say that they've done. So that would be pretty special.
Okay. All right. I like that. All right. I'm going to answer my own question because I've been to a few things that I would consider on my bucket list already. I have been to one NBA Finals game. It was game 3 of 2018 and LeBron went off. Durant hit a shot to like just put a dagger in our hearts. I think the Warriors were down 1. He hits a 3 or something like that, puts them up big. I've been to that, which was fantastic. And then, so in all the game, the experience was awesome. And the other thing that I've been to that I would like already have said, this is maybe the coolest thing I've ever been a part of is I was at the Cavs New York Knicks game. It was October 25th. Cavs raised the banner. It was opening night, and game 1 of the World Series was right next door. Indians and Cubs 2016. So to me, that was one of the coolest sporting nights of my life. You guys know my mom's like a big sporting fan too, and her and I went to that, and that was just really cool and something I'll remember. So that are 2 things like I could check off my bucket list, and like I got to see a Cleveland team raise a banner in their home stadium. So I mean, come on, that's pretty great. So with mine, I'm gonna actually go golf here. And there's a couple different golf options. I think I have 3 other golf options besides the Masters on my list, but I'm gonna take the British Open, and it's called the Open Championship. Probably St. Andrews would be the course I'd want to see, but somewhere over there would be awesome just to experience that. The weather's not ideal, it's not perfect, but I think a links course in like the birthplace of golf would be really cool. So I'm going to go with the Open Championship.
And ironically enough, it's there this year in July.
Oh, it is? Okay.
So yeah.
All right. Well, maybe
it's a great pick.
See if my hypothetical tickets come to fruition this year. And the next one I'm going to go baseball here. We lost Franklin again.
Yeah, he's having more sound issues. He's going to hop back on.
Okay. All right. Well, my next one I'm going to go with baseball. During the All-Star break, I'm going to go with the home run derby because I think that would be fantastic to be at. I think it's probably the coolest event in baseball. So I'm checking off the home run derby as mine. So Brett, I think you were out, but I took the Open Championship and the home run derby as my 2 picks.
Can you hear me? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. We got you.
No, I did hear you. Sorry, what was it? Open Championship and what? I just want to make sure.
And the home run derby.
Oh, I did have home run derby there too.
So
taking both, but we're taking every one of them now.
So I have made my 4th round selection. Greg, we're going back to you for pick number 11.
Okay. I'm going to jump sports here to one we haven't touched on. Man, this is a game time decision as far as which way I'm going with this. There's an obvious choice, but I'm going to go with maybe the not as obvious choice. So I'm going to tennis. There's probably an obvious choice that I think most people would probably say, okay, that's the bucket list, and it would be.
Mhm.
But I've always had this fascination with the night matches at the US Open
Okay.
at Flushing, just when especially I was always a big like Roger Federer fan. I know his career's kind of ending, but when you get some like a high profile match late at night in Flushing with kind of that New York crowd, it's a more raucous environment. It just seems like one of the cooler experiences in sports. So I would like to go to a night session at the US Open tennis tournament.
Okay. All right. Very good. That's a good one. And that's usually around like Labor Day weekend, isn't it?
It is. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Very good. Very good. All right, Mr. Franklin, while we have your audio and sound.
Hold on, am I out again? No, I'm okay.
No, you're good. You're good.
I was afraid it didn't light up when I spoke. So.
No, you're good. You're good. So you have the next two picks, 12 and 13.
Yeah, so I'm actually going, I want to say a little off. One is off the wall, one's kind of in line with what we've been talking about, but it's sort of a new thing, and I'm horribly intrigued by it. So I'm going to go with that one first. I'm going to go with the MLB at the Field of Dreams.
Good one.
I think that would just be freaking awesome to go to. Just I think just the aura of the whole thing is what makes it. So
that's a good one. I'm surprised Greg didn't nab that too. If Coffin.
I'm upset that I didn't. I don't know how that wasn't on my radar. That's
I'm glad
tremendous.
he went tennis, and then I feel a little bit better about that.
That's a
and
good
the
Tennis
other one,
that much shit.
The other one, I'm a little bit torn. I'm going to try and stay away from the homerish aspect of it because I've already done that 3 times. So I'm just going to go with the Premier League Championship.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, I want to go overseas, and just being able to, watch elite level soccer is great.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a favorite soccer team. They don't play in that though, but I think being an unbiased patron,
Sure.
I think would make that so much more enjoyable.
Now, you guys would know this better than me because I'm not familiar with the Premier League. I know a few of the clubs that are in it, but do they play? Is it like a neutral site, or is it played at the home teams, like with the better records?
So I think, so are you talking about the Champions League final, like where, because they're weird over.
They mix it up. You have the
because there's
league.
It's weird, like the actual leagues like don't do playoffs. They just like whoever wins the season wins, but they have the Champions League that has like the top from all the different clubs around Europe, like all together. And then I think that's probably what you're like thinking of. And they do that at like a neutral site.
Yeah. Because my favorite team usually plays in that. They usually win the Scottish Premier League, but it's a little bit different. But they do coincide with each other. Like they don't like. It's so weird. Like, we think of the season like it's all this and nothing gets interrupted. But there you're going to play one game in your regular league, then you're going to play a championship league game. Then there's a third league you're going to play, and they may range you out to another team so you can play there too. It can get real goofy.
Very bizarre. Yeah, you're absolutely, yeah.
But I like the relegating factor to all the soccer over there.
Relegation is a concept that I would love to see. It would never happen in American sports, but it is.
Man, can you imagine the Reds?
Can you imagine, Justin, if like the worst team in Major League Baseball like went to AAA next year? That's basically what they do over there, and it actually keeps you're not going to tank. Definitely, It keeps things interesting all year.
No doubt.
Yeah, you have like a second tier level of teams, and if you don't make it, then they do it. I mean, you could really, in all honesty, I know we're going on a tangent. You could do this in college football. Like you can have that. You can have the Power 5, then you can get relegated to a lower division. if you just kind of tank it. And I do think in that aspect it would work. I think professionally it may be a bit of a problem, but
Right.
God knows the Reds would be right in line with it right now.
Oh, that's good. That's good. That's another topic for another podcast. But what sports would relegation work in? That's there's probably too much money to be lost, but that's a really, really interesting idea. All right, Greg, let's go to you with pick number 14 here. And by the way, for the last pick, I just changed it to the Champions League or Champions League. Is that what I'm naming it?
Yep.
Okay.
I think,
Is that what we're going with, Brett?
It was Premier League, but Champions League works too, to be honest with you.
Okay.
I had Champions League in there as well. So.
Okay. All right. Very good. All right. So, Greg, we're going to go to you.
All right. I'm gonna in the spirit of mixing up sports again. I'm gonna go with auto racing. I'm gonna go. It's crazy. It's 3 hours away, and I don't think any of us have been there. The Indy 500.
Oh.
Just cool event. I mean, I'm not a huge racing guy, but just the tradition and just like just to be able to go there and experience the Brickyard. I think they get 250,000 people there, something absurd. Memorial Day weekend, probably. I'm quite sure it's a good time.
I feel like it would be, quite great just to experience it. I'm with you. I'm not really all that interested in racing. I find it actually a little boring, and I know I can get raked over the coals from that from a lot of people, but I think to experience the event is different, though. I think if you take it all in and not just go to simply watch a race, but taking all the events, I think that adds to the whole thing.
Yeah, agreed. So, Greg, you got your summer planned out. You're going to start your summer at the Indy 500. You're going to go in the middle of the Summer Olympics, and then you're going to go to the U.S. Open on Labor Day weekend, close it out. So, all great stuff there. Okay, so I am up with my final two picks here. If you guys have any extra at the end, we'll throw that in. For my picks, I kind of like to go with not just the event itself, but like the atmosphere that surrounds it. So I'm going to go very specific here. I want to go to a Las Vegas sports book during March Madness. So, and I want to be there from Thursday. And you probably shouldn't really spend more than 72 hours in Vegas, as we all know. But
if you're leaving Sunday,
I think I want to be there Wednesday night, get a good night's sleep, wake up, be there Thursday morning, and I'm probably leaving Sunday afternoon, and hopefully my flight has Wi-Fi, so that's the plan for me. So I'm going to go Las Vegas Sportsbook for the first weekend of March Madness.
That's so outside the box. I love it. And here's the thing, though. We've talked about doing something like that and how much fun that would just simply be. But I think, the way we just, at least my brain thinks when we're doing this, like, it was like, what sporting event, not what would encompass a lot of events that you can just sit and love it.
I mean, it's just a little different, a little outside the box, but I think that is one of the most popular weekends in the sports book. So you got to make sure you get there early and you get a seat too. So, all right, I have my last pick here. So there's so many good things, so many good events. Greg kind of touched on the racing. I was thinking about going that way, but I'm going to pass on that. I am going to go with, oh man, this is tough. I only get 2 tickets. This is my last event. I am going to go with, and Franklin kind of already said the Bills winning the Super Bowl. Mine, obviously, if I could get a ticket for the Browns winning the Super Bowl and be there, that would be on my list too. But I'm going to go with, and this is way outside the box, but I'm going, and I'm probably going to exit early to save my health. But I'm going to Pamplona, Spain for the running of the bulls. You ever see the movie City Slickers when they're I think that's how they start the movie, but I feel like I'm kind of in that Billy Crystal age range when he was in City Slickers like 30 years ago. So
jump over that fence early, get out of the way.
But I think I think I would probably enjoy being in Spain for the most of it, and then probably put on one of those weird outfits, run with them for like 2 minutes, and then go change and go grab some Spanish wines somewhere. So I'm gonna go Pamplona, Spain for the running of the bulls for my last pick. So Mr. Kirchner, you are up for your last pick.
There's so many. The honorable mentions are going to be great here.
Yeah, they're going to be really good.
So I'm going with where I thought you were going, Justin, because I'm going back to Vegas, but I'm going for a championship boxing match of some sort. Like, I just think that's, I know boxing has sort of lost luster. But I just imagine back in the day when you could go watch like a Tyson fight in Vegas, or maybe more recently like a Floyd Mayweather or like an Oscar De La Hoya fight, but just like a really good championship fight. They do it at the MGM Grand Arena, and have some nice kind of ringside seats. You'll see a lot of celebrities, and it'll just be a cool experience. Thing about a boxing match is it could last 3 minutes, but still it would just to kind of be there for that. That's more of a kind of see and be seen sort of event, but cool nonetheless.
Maybe that would coincide with the March Madness trip, and you can check them both off.
And then we can rob 3 casinos while we're there, because I guess they keep more money in the vault on fight night. That's what I hear. I don't know.
Oh, you know a guy.
I know a guy.
Well done. All right, Mr. Franklin, you started it. You're going to finish it.
Man, I like where this last round went. It was really good. I like this last round because mine's kind of a dual aspect thing, but it'll make sense when I announce it. My day's starting off with the Boston Marathon, and then it's going to end with a game at Fenway Park.
Okay.
We're doing that whole day of events where, because even doesn't that game, but that baseball game starts at what, like 11:30 or something like that?
Yeah, it's early. Yep.
So get up early, go cheer on, not like the lady from Seinfeld, but go cheer on some runners. Don't hand them coffee or anything, and then make your way over for a baseball game. My God, your day's over by like 2:30.
Right.
Might literally be over by 2:30. Actually, you might be in bed at 2:30,
which is fine.
That's awesome. Patriots Day, I believe, is the day.
Yes. I couldn't remember the name of it. Yeah. It was Patriots Day. Yeah.
Let me ask you this though, Brett. You only get one ticket, or one other ticket. Are you taking Matt Damon? Are you taking Affleck? You taking Marky Mark?
I gotta go Damon. He's gonna be far more level-headed. I feel like I'm gonna fight with Affleck somewhere.
Tell him Michael Keaton's your Batman.
And I mean, and every time we order some drinks, I can walk back and just look at my neighbor and be like, "How you like them apples?"
Nice.
Well done.
All right, guys, we have about 2 minutes. So I just want you to give me a couple honorable mentions since we kind of wrapped up here. So I'll tell you what, Brett, you started it. Why don't you take a couple more?
Yeah, one of the other ones I do is Pebble Beach. I just think that'd be a lot of fun to go out to California, see that whole thing. I know aren't they playing there real soon? Or did I maybe miss it? I don't know. But I know Pebble Beach is a place I want to go.
Yeah.
And then another one would be, because we mentioned Champions League, watching the Celtic FC. They're never going to win that thing, or they don't have a great chance to do it, but I would love to see it happen. And then Iron Bowl. I think the Iron Bowl would be a hell of a fun thing to go see. Thanksgiving week would be great if it was like on a Friday, like it has been sometimes, but man, that would be just an awesome game to go to.
Maybe Ohio State will be up a ton on Michigan. You can leave at halftime and make it down for the kickoff. That'd be ideal. Hopefully. Right there. That's a good one. Both of them really good. All right, Greg, give me two of yours.
Well, I think we'd be remiss if we didn't mention the World Cup because we've been dancing around soccer, but I mean, that actually might be I think it is. I think it traditionally is the biggest sporting event in the world. Obviously, you know, in the States it's different, but to be able to go to a World Cup, and I guess specifically a World Cup final, and then the kind of obvious tennis one that I skipped over is Wimbledon. So
yep. All right, very good. All right, so I'm gonna go with my two. I had Wimbledon like already writing it down, but I'm gonna go with actually spring training. I think that would be a blast to go out to Arizona for a week, and you're just pretty much on vacation, and you can go in the afternoon watch a little baseball. So and you can get up and close and personal, and I think that'd be a lot of fun. You can go watch like 10 different teams within a 30-mile radius. So I think that'd be a lot of fun. And then the other one, I think it'd be cool to go to Little League World Series, but I don't know if that's necessarily be on my bucket list. It's pretty close, it's drivable, but I want to see a Browns home playoff game. Now they went to Pittsburgh, they won, but I got to be in a suite for it, because if it's in January in Cleveland, it's got to be, I'm going to be cold. So, all right. So that's our list. This was good, guys. We're going to run out of time here soon, but this was a fun list, and I'm sure we will do many, many more lists and drafts coming up here soon. So, Greg, Brett, thank you.